Welcome to Two Wheels, and on this week's show we'll be meeting some of the riders on a recent track day at Cadwell Park, and later Jeff will be here with some of his tech talk. But first I'm going to take a short trip across the Pennines. This is Sheffield Arena, well known for things like the indoor World Trials events and the Sheffield Street Fighters show, to name but a couple. But today it's host to an event called Bike Safe 2002, which is actually run and organised by the South Yorkshire Police. Right, Chris, tell me all about this Bike Safe 2002 then.
Right, this event has grown from the very first concept event we had in 1989, which was pretty much same, you know, about a motorcycle show, but based on our road traffic garage in Claywells Lane in Sheffield. And the thing has evolved then to this monster that we've got today, from an organiser's point of view. But the Bike Safe image has evolved over those 10 years as well. So it's not just about a show, it's about going out, meeting the bikers, going out to bikers forums, having bikers come to our police stations all over the country, not just South Yorkshire, organising civilian training for them, taking them out on ride-outs, this kind of thing. Just promoting the message of riding your bike safely, not taking away the fun element at all, but just doing it safely, not falling off and killing themselves, and also obviously not getting the bike stolen, which is another element to it.
There's a problem, isn't there? Or, well, maybe there isn't a problem, you could tell me, with bikers and the police. There's a certain history of them not getting on. So this hopefully is going to break down some of those barriers. Is that working?
We're obviously perceived as the popular enemy, aren't we? And I think it's propagated by some of the press to a certain extent. But what they've got to bear in mind, all the police riders here are all bikers as well. Yeah. We're all enthusiasts, we all enjoy our bikes. But we see two different sides. We see the fun side, but we also see the tragic side. So what we're trying to do is go out, enjoy your bikes, but do it in a safe kind of way. And events like this are designed so the bikers can come and actually talk to us, meet us. They'll realise that we're bikers, not just bobbies, but we're bikers as well. Yeah. And then they'll hopefully take that information on board and go away and not fall off. Well,
it's working, obviously, because there's lads here mingling with the police and chatting with the police. I noticed that all the bikes with loud cans are at the far end of the car park. Oh, yeah. They kept them well
loud can area, yeah.
They've kept them well away from you. So what can they expect when they come to this event then?
Well, outside here we're running our demonstrator fleet. We've managed to blag 50 demonstrator bikes from all the different manufacturers. We've been really good supporters in this.
That is good.
I can't think of another show that's had that many bikes on demo. So the lads will be going out on a set route with a police motorcyclist to make sure they're okay, obviously, and we get the bikes back. Nice little route, mixture of roads, and they come back if they want. We'll give them a critique of the riding, encourage further rider training, something like, give them a few tips. Then round the other side we've got supermoto demonstrators, we've got some stunt bikes on. There's a CBT area for those non-riders amongst us, and then inside we've just got, I think, every manufacturer represented, along with all the performance parts, accessories, clothing, all that kind of stuff. And then a great representation from the owners' clubs, who are vital to us, because with their links throughout the country, their networks, we can get the message out about events like this through them.
One last question for you: are there any policemen actually on duty in Sheffield today? Because they're all here.
Not many traffic men anyway.
Now, an event that's aimed at road safety or improving and increasing safety awareness, you might not expect, some people might not expect to find a race school at an event like this, but we have a race school, California Superbike School.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, Andy. Andy here, but man famous for his riding techniques in the motorcycle press and little drawings. Superb. Right, so what are you doing here, Andy?
Well, the school basically teaches cornering technique, and we find that being for road safety, cornering technique is where people have the problems. Everybody can do the straights very, very well, and so we use a racetrack to give people confidence in consistency of corners. So every time they go around the track, they're repeating corner after corner, and it builds their confidence in the techniques that we're teaching people. So that absolutely has a place at an event like today.
Where are you doing this now? You used to do it at Cadwell, didn't you?
Yeah, we used to be at Cadwell, but now we're at Rockingham. We use the infield circuit, not the famous Hislop part.
Good, yeah.
And we find that circuit emulates road conditions really, really well. 11 turns, 1.7 miles, it's uphill and down dale, so it's got everything, it really has.
Great, well, you're doing a good job, keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, we will.
Well, that's all from Bike Safe 2002 for now, but you can join me back here at Sheffield for a bit more later on.
Hi, this is James Bridge Butler. James, how far have you come today?
Come up from Nottingham today, about 80 miles.
Is this your first track day?
No, this is my second one this year and about my 7th overall, I think.
So you're becoming a bit of a track addict then?
Oh, I don't know about that.
What really lights your fire about a track day?
Just that you can sort of use the bike to its full potential in the way that you can't do on the road.
And what's this you've on today?
It's my 6-year-old ZXR 400. It's a bit of an old campaigner, but it goes well.
And you're used to it now, so
yeah, getting very used to it.
You wouldn't change it at the moment?
No, definitely wouldn't change it.
James, thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
Enjoy your track day.
I will.
This is Rick Clegg. It's his first track day on his Hayabusa. Rick, you're about to go out. How would you describe the way you're feeling at the moment?
I wouldn't politely on television.
You wouldn't?
Nervous, a bit apprehensive. I'm going out with a bunch of clowns. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done this before. It's going to be interesting.
Multiple toilet visits this morning.
Yeah,
then?
yeah, absolutely.
This is Craig Walker. Craig, from the look of your bike, you've done the odd track day before.
Yeah, I've done 12 track days on this bike so far.
How many of them have you stayed on?
10. I've only crashed twice in 12 track days.
So the damage looks worse than it is?
Yeah, just superficial, just plastic, nothing broke. The exhaust ripped off, but just put some longer bolts in. Nothing really a problem.
Quick question, what's with the cable ties around the front brake?
I like the brake to be solid straight away, otherwise it's quite spongy. There's a lot of braking on the back straight and doing 170 on back straight. If you do that, it sort of self-bleeds itself, so the brakes rock hard, how I like it. Because there's some very hard braking points here.
You sound like somebody who knows his tracks. Did you ever race, or
I
is
raced
racing...
here for about 7 or 8 years, back in the 80s and finished in 1990.
You're not thinking of taking it up again?
I want to, it's good fun, then making my laugh look. Yeah, I want to do it when I'm too old now. It's too time consuming. You need to fettle your bike to the week and weekends booked, and track days are fun now where racing's still serious.
This is Mark Quelch from Track Tyre Developments. You're on site today offering race tyres to track day goers.
Race tyres, new tyres. We try and support them the best way we can in the safest way we can. A bit of advice, tyre pressures, things like that, suspension settings, anything we can do to help them to make the day a lot safer for them.
So it is about safety as well as having fun.
It's a lot to do with safety, and it's a lot to do basically with promoting the tyre. Yes, it is a business for us.
So if the heavens opened and the rain started to fall, you could throw wets on the wheels like there's nobody's business.
To go on your bike. We can then take the wets off, we can then put them intermediates on when it dries up a bit and it gets even drier. We can then put them slicks on if necessary. We can then take the slicks off after the day's finished and put their own road tyres back on, or even a new set of road tyres for them.
Hi, this is Carl Lee from Performance Bikes. He's on the track day here today. Carl, do you do many track days of your own free will rather than the Performance Bikes tests?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You've got to take a few days off work, and this is playtime for me today.
So you work with bikes and you play with bikes. It's pretty much your life.
Why not? We love bikes, so why not?
Excellent stuff. How are you finding the track today? Comfortable?
The track today is very good, very good. It's, the rain stayed away, and that's the main thing really.
This is Jim Baker, Whitebird from Visor Down. Jim, you done many track days?
About a dozen, I suppose.
How do you find them now? You're getting into it?
I'm getting the hang of it, I suppose. I'm not having the best of times today, though. I've had a bit of a mechanical problem.
We did take some shots of your bike, and it looks a bit tired.
Yeah, no, I've got a coolant leak. It's put coolant all over the side of the bike. It ended up on my rear wheel. A very large slide out of Barn just now, which was good fun.
But you managed to stay on?
Yeah, I stayed on. God knows how, but I stayed on. It's you know, the rear wheel just moved a couple of feet across the track, and I sort of went, that's interesting. Just hang on to a nice neutral throttle, and it stayed in line and didn't spit me off, which was very nice of it.
Is this just a track day bike now, or do you put the road fairing back on for using it normally?
It will get used on the road. It needs some more work before it can go back on the road. I had quite a big accident last year, and it's kind of like a half-finished project at the moment.
Time for a break now on Two Wheels, but still to come, Jeff will be here with some of his tech talk, and there'll be more from Bike Safe at Sheffield. Welcome back to Two Wheels, and just before we return to Bike Safe at Sheffield, here's Jeff with some tech talk.
Suspension governs road holding, how your bike deals with road surfaces, but it also has a massive impact on how the bike handles and feels. Now, not part of your suspension, but definitely part of your bike's handling is the steering head and the steering head bearings. See, these are nice and free feeling, nice and smooth, no notchiness, nothing. Now, if they were too tight, it has a really weird feeling on your bike. It just wants to go where it wants to go. It feels like the old threepenny bit, you know, it's all very, very notchy. You don't want that. If they're too loose, equally, that's a nasty feeling to the bike, and you're going to hear clicks and clunks. So you need to check those out, make sure they're right. Now, before you start checking this, you're going to put a fair bit of body weight into this little operation. So what you're going to make sure is your bike is secure. So make sure that either the engine is blocked up, or if the exhausts are hanging below it, put wooden blocks under there, and make sure you've got this front wheel well and truly off the ground as you're wasting your time. If you're going to mate as well, get him to hang on to the bike, because we don't want the bike falling over. But what you do then, grab hold of the bottom of the forks and just rock backwards and forwards like that. And you can either hear if there's any looseness there, or certainly feel it through the fork legs. So if there is, if any sort of play there, that's the time to actually adjust your head bearings as you're wasting your time. Something else you're going to waste your time doing is if you've actually got the wheels out of alignment. But more on that at another time.
Welcome back to Sheffield, and welcome back to Bike Safe 2002. You want to see some more? Come on then. Lads here, you won't have seen these before. I've never seen them before. The two lads from Lincolnshire, they came here to Sheffield to the Street Fighter show earlier this year for nothing. They came for noughts and just did a show. They impressed so much that they're back today. Again, doing it for absolutely nothing. They've just started and they call themselves Total Bike Abuse, and you can see why. Two loonies we've just seen performing here. This is Jay and Andy, Total Bike Abuse. So you're fairly new to this game, are you?
Yes, yeah, I've been at it just over a year now.
Right. So what possessed you, Andy, to get involved in stunt riding?
Just to get off the road, really, just getting too risky and doing too stupid things like on the road.
But isn't it a very competitive world, stunt riding? There's a lot of people at it, isn't there?
There is now, yeah.
There's not a lot of two-man teams at it, though,
no,
I have to say.
No, I think that's why we've gone as a two-man team. I think it entertains the crowd a bit more.
Yeah.
We've got something going on at each end of the track or course or wherever we are. That's what we're trying to do. Right?
You've come here for nothing, haven't you? You're not getting paid for this.
Do everything for nothing.
I mean, you're going to have to...
No, with Zen and No, Tomahawk
tyres, yeah.
They're giving us 2 tyres.
Right, so you get a bit of help, but there's going to be a point where you're going to have to start earning money to do this, because it's going to cost a fortune.
We've got to get up money by August for the public liability, haven't we?
Ah, yeah, that's important, isn't it? Yeah. So what do you do that anyone else doesn't do? Have you got any unique stunts?
You can't really do that much more on a bike,
No.
apart from like the likes of Andy climbing over the top of me and me climbing over the top of him.
So that he was sat on your shoulders, or was it the other way around? I don't know. Whichever.
Do it both, like,
Yeah, well that's different, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to try. We've got 1 or 2 new tricks up the sleeve, haven't we?
They're just not fucked off yet, have they?
Right.
Yeah.
So what's your ambition then? Is the ambition to become the top 2-man stunt team or what?
Yeah.
Just get sponsored and do it full time.
Yeah.
Be great.
Do you both work as well?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I work away, I'm a directional driller.
A what?
Directional driller.
What does that mean? Is that away on rigs and things like that?
Well, yeah, we drill from like point A to point B under the ground and then come out the other side.
Okay. What about you, Jay?
Ground worker, machine driver.
Right. Well, that won't pay for this, will it?
No.
It certainly doesn't.
No.
We've got help through John from Bandit Mania, Lincoln.
Right, yeah, because you're both on Bandits, aren't you?
Yeah.
Both on 1200 Bandits, yeah.
Looks after us, like, it would be nice to get a bit more sponsorship.
So where's your next show then?
North Weald.
North Weald next weekend.
Right, good
July
stuff.
the 6th.
And is the diary filling up
July
more and more?
Yeah.
The crowd here enjoyed it, didn't they?
Steady.
Yeah.
You get more appreciation from dudes like this, don't you? Like smaller dudes.
Yeah.
Like we went to North Weald last year, didn't we? And it was brilliant.
And I suppose that for you guys now, it's nice to be working with the police.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Because imagine the way you two used to ride on road, they would probably be chasing you around more.
We used to be the most carefulest riders out. Honestly.
Now say that again without laughing, Andy.
Never speed, never did anything wrong.
Hey, well, good luck. You know, it's a competitive world, but good luck. I hope you go far.
Yeah, so do we.
Now, there's always some interesting bikes to see at this kind of show. Now, if I mention the name Triumph, you probably think of a triple-cylinder motor, the Speed Triple. Famous throughout the world for their triple-cylinder engines, Triumph, but look at this. This is now the Speed 4, and in about September, you should be able to buy one of these. A few years ago, they made a bike called the TT600, which never really sold in massive numbers, never set the world on fire. But this is the same engine as a TT600, as I say, it's called the Speed 4. This, would you believe, is the only one that exists at the moment. It's been specially put together down at the factory for this show, and it's here, pride of place on the Team Roberts stand. It's got the sort of bug-eye headlamps and Street Fighter looks. This one, as you can see quite clearly, is called Tangerine. That's the name of this colour. Not sure it's my favourite colour, but it is available in another colour called Roulette Green, which is the same green colour as Triumph Tiger, and also you can buy it in black, which I think will probably be the best looking colour. As I say, it should be available around about September, and it will cost you 6,000 quid. Over here, there's something else that's brand new, another one-off. We have a Bonneville. This is the Bonneville T100. Not massively different from the existing Bonneville, but it obviously different colourways, different little screen on the front, a lot more chrome and a grab rail on the back. Again, this is a one-off. This is the only one that exists. It's been brought here especially to this show. Should be able to buy one of these again in September, and this will cost you £5,500. Now, the great thing with these events is that you meet famous people, and I've just spotted over here a famous motorcycle racer. I'm going to interrupt her now. Maria! How are you, Maria?
I'm very well.
This is Maria Costello, famous racer. What are you doing here, Maria?
Well, I work for Cadwell Bikes.
Right.
And I'm here helping them out at the Bike Safe show, so just sorting out their ride outs.
Is it busy?
It is quite busy.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're a famous racer now. Tell me.
I don't know about that.
Of course you are. You're more famous than I'll ever be on a bike. Where have you just been?
I've just come. Well, it's just raced at the TT. That's
Come
why.
on,
That's
show
why
us.
I'm
Look
carrying
at
this around because I'm a TT racer
A
now.
TT medal.
Yeah, this is one of my finished medals. I've got 2.
Oh right. How was it this year?
It was fantastic.
Right.
It was.
What did you ride in?
I rode in the Production 1000 on an Avonvale Honda Fireblade, and I rode in the Production 600 on a Cadwell CBR 600.
You're mad.
So I'm stupid.
You are mad. And was it good?
It was fantastic. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into getting this.
Right.
You know, but it was all worth it.
And
It
you
was
treasured
great.
it. Right. So what's next on the horizon then?
I'm back off to the Manx because
doing the Manx, yeah.
because the TT went so well, and I achieved everything I wanted to. Apart from I want to go faster. But I picked up another sponsor while I was over there, a guy called Martin Bullock, and he's paid for the Cadwell CBR 600 to be tuned.
Fantastic.
So go back there with about 15 more brake horsepower.
Superb. Well, good luck. You're very brave and
very
very mad, and you're going to get a queue developing here in a minute, so I'll let you get on with it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Now, there's a big purge at the moment, a big clampdown on untaxed vehicles, and did you know that if your vehicle, car or bike gets clamped because it's not taxed and you don't pay the fine within 2 weeks, then DVLA can crush it, absolutely crush it to pieces. Now, I'm going to introduce you now to the most powerful machine here at this show, and if you come home from work and find this parked outside your house, you've got a problem. Watch this. Well, that's about it. That was Bike Safe 2002. We've had stunt riders, supermoto, ride-outs, all the trade stalls and owners' clubs in the arena, as you've seen. Just about everything a good bike show should have. And remember, it's all been organised by the South Yorkshire Police. And I think they've done a damn good job. Well, that's all from Two Wheels for this week, but on next week's show there'll be more from Wayne's recent motocross evening in the middle of Wales. And I team up with a motorcycle magazine to find out how they do their road tests.